Time management is good. I was not good at time management when I first started, man. It was like one of my biggest problems.
Icy boy, icy boy.
Hockey.
I'm back with another video, y'all, man. In today's video, I'm gonna tell y'all on what it takes to go from a rookie to a professional truck driver. Y'all see I got my donuts, so I just did my stop. Y'all can see the truck is parked right there. So the first thing to go from being a rookie to a professional truck driver is driving proficiency. You know how to handle and operate large vehicles, large trucks like these semis. That's heavier than your normal car. So you got to know how to handle these trucks. You got to know how to drive these trucks. Everybody cannot drive these semis, y'all. So you have to know how to drive these semis. You got to know how to maneuver through these trucks with how much they weigh and the size. You can be taught. That is the great thing. You can be taught how to operate these trucks, man. It's not impossible. It's not scary. They teach you in school how to drive these trucks, y'all. Like spatial awareness. You gotta know how much space you need between you and like the next car, the next vehicle, or whatever, the next truck. You cannot be riding people bumpers with these semi trucks. They don't stop on the drop of a dime like a car do. You gotta understand how these trucks behave when it's turning with these large vehicles around cars, reversing, backing up, parking, and just how to avoid accidents in these trucks, man. It's very crucial because you can get into accidents on the snap of a finger, like really. Another skill it takes is attention to detail. You got to be a person that's very aware of everything, very aware of cars next to you, inspections when you're inspecting your truck, on finding things that's wrong so it don't backfire later on down the road. Like if you got a nail in your tire, so your tire don't go on flat while you're driving on the highway, or anybody knows how bad it can get if your tire goes flat while you're driving. When you're not gonna be able to make a turn, like you have to be able to call that out before turning. If you on the phone, not to be in deep conversations when you're on the phone driving these trucks, because you will lose track of what you're doing and easily cause an accident. Like try not to argue on the phone with nobody. Try not to just talk real deep, heart to hearts with people, just stuff like that. Just have regular conversations, but don't get deep, because you are driving this big truck and the drop of a dime, it could be an accident. And it could, I'm gonna tell y'all another one, man. Patience. You need patience driving these trucks. If you are like not a patient type of person, or you always in a rush, this is not the job for you. I promise you it ain't. Like if you feel like you late to a stop or something, so you gotta speed, you gotta rush. Rushing in these semi trucks is the recipe for disaster. Anytime I have rushed, it just didn't go well. I'm telling you, something almost happened. If you're running late, just understand you're running late. It is what it is. You're gonna have to call it what it is. Running late. But trying to speed and get somewhere in these trucks, these big semi trucks, it don't go well. I feel like another thing you need is like mechanical knowledge. Nobody's inspecting your truck for you. You gotta inspect your truck, so you gotta know the basic needs on how to inspect this truck and see if something's wrong. Flat tires, oil, leaks under the hood. You need some type of mechanical knowledge when it comes to operating these trucks, y'all, because you got to be able to inspect what's wrong with your truck, because you do not want it to happen while you out driving, you out on the road, you in the field driving these trucks. You don't want them problems. You want to be able to detect the problems before it happens, y'all. Time management is good. I was not good at time management when I first started, man. It was like one of my biggest problems. Planning out your trips, planning out where you going, the time, mapping out the time, mapping out when you need to get there, when you need to leave, when you need to take your breaks. I wasn't good at that, but I can say I've gotten better. I've learned better at my time management, because it was giving me a hard time when I was stressed out. I was stressed out over the road when I was over the road, y'all. So if you having problems with your time management, you have to develop. You got to do effective trip planning, and you got to meet them delivery time frames, man. You got to meet that. That's a key part of being a truck driver. Another one, you got to know how to navigate and map read. That is crucial and efficient to being a truck driver. Because you're going to be doing a lot of traveling, especially over the road, going to a lot of different states. And you can't go down the wrong street with these trucks, because you might not be able to back up. You might get a ticket because you cannot go down any street with the semis. The police will pull you over. They give you tickets. It's so easy to get tickets with these semis, man. The police are looking to give you a ticket, especially the DOT police, y'all. I see a lot of people use their phones and stuff like that. I don't use my phone for navigation in the semi, because on my phone, it don't know that I'm in a semi. It thinks I'm in a car. If you go down the wrong street, you may get stuck. You may get a ticket. All kind of stuff can happen. You can't back up. Get a truck GPS. Fishing. It was the best $500 I spent. I'm still using my truck GPS to this day, and I bought it when I was over the road, y'all. Problem solving. Problem solving is big with truck driving. You gotta know how to problem solve. If you're not a good problem solver, this probably ain't gonna be the field for you. I remember going to places, having to back into docks that I didn't see coming. Like, it wasn't just simple backing into the docks. You had to know how to maneuver. It was just all kind of problems that I had to face when I was over the road. You just don't know what you're gonna run into. You don't know what type of problem you're gonna have that day. You don't have a boss that's really constantly watching you, like if you're in a factory, to help you problem solve. So you have to know how to do that on your own. You your own boss dang near when you truck driving. I remember when I was over the road, the GPS did not take me directly to the place. So I had to map out, use my phone maps and like map out where the place is and just use as much as the truck GPS gave me. But I had to map myself there because the GPS not take me directly there. And the GPS also took me into like a neighborhood in New Jersey when I was in New Jersey and got me stuck in a neighborhood, and I had to get myself out that neighborhood. Like, you gotta be quick, you gotta be on your feet. So problem solving is another key factor you need. Communication skills. Your communication skills has to be on point, especially when it comes to the DOT officers, dispatchers, accidents. You gotta keep records of all of that. You have to communicate properly. The way stations, you don't communicate all the time, but you do have to keep some line of communication with people when you truck driving. So stress management, y'all. Stress management is a big one when it comes to being a professional truck driver. You will be stressed out. It will be days you will be so stressed out. You'll be like, man, I don't even know if this for me. I had them days especially when I was over the road. I don't know how I got through them days, but I was always good at handling my stress. Probably just problem solving and knowing like I gotta get myself through it. So you gotta be mentally tough when it comes to driving trucks. And I feel like you gotta know how to handle stress. Either take a break, pull over if you need to. Take a break, bro. Eat, take a nap. Stress will be a part of this job. You won't be stressed every day, but there will be days where you be too stressed. I'm telling you, I remember them days. I don't be as much stressed now being local, but I can't say I had some stressful days being local. But I had way more stressful days being over the road because you just didn't know what you was gonna run into. Traffic, weather, construction, rerouting, even truck stop not being enough parking spaces. It's too tight. I gotta find somewhere else, so I gotta back into that truck stop. Like, endurance is another one because everybody know you driving for hours when you truck driving. I'm talking about hours and hours. When I was over the road, I was driving for about 10 to 12 hours. So you gotta have that stamina to be able to sit and drive for those hours. Of course, you taking breaks and stuff, so make sure you're taking your breaks, but you gotta have that endurance, that stamina to drive for hours. This is not your normal job. You know what you signed up for, you know what you're coming in for. If you are sleepy, if you get sleepy while driving, pull over. Like, be mature enough to pull over, get out, or go to a store, pull at a store, get an energy drink, do what you need to do to wake yourself up. Because falling asleep, like, you kind of can't control it, but you kind of can. To have that endurance to drive for a long time with these jobs, man, and it get tough, especially in the wintertime, nighttime. I drive into the nighttime, so imagine everybody else sleep. My body knows I'm supposed to be asleep. I gotta stay up because I'm driving. Is adjusting. You got to be able to adjust to different situations, different environments, different states. You going to different states, you going to different cities, different towns. You got to be able to adapt to different road conditions, different weathers, construction on the highway where you can't even take your exit. You might gotta reroute and take another exit, which I hate that. I hated that being over the road, but you got to know how to adjust. Problem solving and adjusting is big key factors becoming a professional truck driver. Like, your delivery time might change. They might send you and tell you, hey, deliver at this time instead of this time, or deliver at this place instead of this place. Never know what's gonna change on you. So you gotta know how to adjust in this game as a truck driver. It just is what it is, y'all. These are the key factors or the key skills you need to go from a rookie to a professional truck driver. And the last one is safety, man. Being able to keep yourself safe and keep people safe that's on the road, I feel like is the #1 rule to becoming a professional truck driver. You gotta know how to be safe at all times. I still seen truck drivers when I was over the road, they was literally on their phone, like picking up their phone, like being distracted, knowing you're driving a big huge truck and you could kill people. But I still seen people on their phones, holding the phones while driving. It was crazy to me, y'all. Other people's safety, and you should want to make it home every time. That is the #1 rule. Make it home to your family, man. No job is worth your life. No distraction is worth your life. So be safe out on that road. You hear about trucking accidents all the time on the news, TikTok. You see just truck driving accidents. Police have the whole highway blocked off. So be safe. Don't be one of them truck drivers who caused the accident, who jackknifed another car. Just don't be that. Always be safe, y'all. So I can tell y'all one thing, man, safety is the last one. That's really the last, and it's really the first. But so drop a comment down below if y'all agree with some of these factors that you need to drive these trucks, y'all. I appreciate y'all for watching. Once again, it's SBK Trucking. I'm gonna see y'all in another video. I gotta go, man. I gotta get to my next stop, but I had to drop this game for y'all, man, because some people want to go from a rookie truck driver to a professional truck driver. I feel like I'm a professional truck driver now. My skills have gotten way better. First year I was kind of struggling, y'all. So I gotta go. I gotta get to my stop, y'all.